Good evening. So, a lot of you all's enemies are really going through it right now. Like, they are really going through it. It is nothing that can be done. What has been done is done. And a lot of times they go through certain things, but you can't tell because of maybe how they are acting. Sometimes they could be laughing uncontrollably, and you looking like, if they're going through things, why are they laughing so hard? What is going on? And some of y'all think you want to see what your enemies are going through. I'm telling you, you don't. For one, you won't get to pick and choose what all you see going on with them. If something is going on with them, most likely whatever, if they're a witch or warlock, most likely whatever they sent to you is what is eating them up. Whatever they tried to do to you is what is happening to them. And if you were able to see those things like talking about, it would mess your head up. It would mess you up. Why you think they're like they are? Because their heads are messed up. They've been too acquainted with the demonic. And the demonic messes up a person's mental health on a whole nother level. So with you seeing those things, just seeing it will traumatize you. No matter how angry you may be at these people, no matter how you may feel about them, no matter how tired you are of these people, in a lot of cases you do not, and I believe in most cases, you don't want to see what them people are going through. A lot of times God will show you a little tiny piece, and that piece should be enough. And it's just enough to just let you know that what they tried to do to you backfired, or what they tried to do to you ended up coming back upon them. And that's all you need to see. One time I remember hearing about something that happened to one of my enemies, and I said to myself, because I knew exactly why they was going through what they was going through, because that's exactly what they had sent to destroy me. So it had backfired and started eating them up. And then there was another time when another enemy tried to do something to me, and I was able to see a piece of what they were going through in person. um for some people, when they do spell work in the workplace, especially if it's a place where you may be around like fires or something like that, they want a lot of accidents to happen in there. And what these two people was trying to get done to me and some of the other people in the workplace, that stuff started backfiring on them. They were getting burned and everything else, just like some of the people they was doing spell work on in the workplace was. All of a sudden people were getting burned and everything. And when you're protected, you may not even get any of that, or you may feel just a tiny piece of it, but it's not enough to cause damage to you. But I seen one instance where this girl who was trying to destiny swap with me, she ended up going through something within the work environment, which is the same thing that she tried to send to harm me. So that little piece that I saw was enough. And honestly, if you have any type of heart, you are not going to be able to handle seeing people going through some of this stuff, because it is beyond it is beyond traumatizing. It is beyond what our imagination could even think of. It is beyond our mental, okay? This is why we don't understand why the evil side do what they do. This is why we can't fathom people doing the things that they do, because we're not like that, and we're not built like that to do things like that to people. And a lot of times, like I said, they will laugh. So you'll think that there's nothing going on, that they're happy and stuff. I knew something was wrong, because one time when I heard them laugh, it was over exaggerated. And I stopped and I was like, and I heard the Holy Spirit say, they are not okay. They are not okay. Many times they don't want you to see. They don't want you to know that they are burning and hurting on the inside. They will play it off. They don't want you to know. Sometimes they'll start to feel shame. They'll start to feel guilt. Sometimes spirits can feel that. They can feel things like that. And sometimes your enemies will start to feel that way, and they'll feel like, okay, I don't want them to know that I'm going through all of this, all because of what I did. So imagine, how embarrassing. So they are probably most likely going to be embarrassed if you knew that that's why they was going through that. So each time that I knew a person was going through something, I never said nothing. I didn't even say anything to them. I just moved on, because it wasn't anything on my hands that I had done. It was because of what they had done to me. So that's why they was going through that. Now, only thing that I would be happy about is if they left me alone. But to see them actively going through stuff, like talking about, depending on what's going on, it don't bring joy to my heart to see nobody going through certain things. And then when I think about the things that I saw in the demonic, I don't want to see that stuff like that no more. That's what was messing my head up too, seeing in the demonic realm like that. And this is the reason why we can't see certain things in the demonic like that. God will show us a certain amount, and it's so innocent. It's an innocent amount, and it's just enough to keep us together. Because I'm telling you, if you start to see these things in the spirit all the time, it'll start to crack your brain. Like, it'll start to melt pieces of your soul. It's too much. It's too much. Like, a person could be going through a certain thing, but you thinking you just want to see whatever falling apart. Whole time you would have to see the spirit too that is doing it, and what it is doing to this person's soul. Many times these people laugh because they are psychotic. This is nothing funny. Like, I'm silly and I laugh a lot. I laugh all the time about certain stuff, and I joke and play with my children and everything like that. But they laugh, and my laughing is completely, it's two different realms. Okay, a lot of times they are psychotic, and that is a psychotic laugh that they're doing. And that's the same laugh that one of my enemies, two of them for sure, had, for sure. And a lot of times it is a wicked laugh. It's not a genuine, pure-hearted, joyous laugh. So that is the difference. And I could tell that something was awful. I was like, ugh. And they was like, that person is not okay. But you do not want to see that. And I'm telling you, okay, you don't want to see it. Just go on about your life, okay? And if they keep mailing, it's just going to get worse for them. It's going to get worse. And a lot of times, like I said, it don't seem like that they going through anything. But just keep in mind that people that are doing spell work, something is already wrong with them. Don't know happy people go around doing things like that. Nobody who has a life and things to look forward to and a future, for real, is doing things like that to people. Looking for people to hurt and harm. I don't do that. I don't look for people to hurt and harm. It's weird. That's why I say, if they doing it, they're already miserable, okay? So, and what they're doing is stacking up debt by them continually doing it, risking their lives every day, every single day that they get up. And when I tell you, the pits of hell is in these people's soul, they're already miserable. The Bible say to pray for your enemies. Them last ones, I know for sure, it wouldn't have made no difference. It wouldn't have made no difference if I prayed for them or not. I believe these people were in a reprobated mind. I believe that's what was going on with them. And to be honest, I hadn't been really praying for my enemies like that, because I hadn't been in any real situations where they were that. So I forget, to be honest. And I just started getting reminders about that probably this morning. That's when my heart felt to pray for a certain individual, because I'm like, wow, this person is something going on with their mental. So and then I didn't know what to pray for within these people. So when I see something, I'm like, this is mental. So I prayed for their mind, because I'm gonna be honest, some of these people are so jacked up to the point to where, okay, I'm gonna make this comparison. when I was in witchcraft, I told you guys there was a lot going on with my head. It made me slow. These people are way slower than what I was. Like, way slower. I don't know what's going on, but I be looking at them like I was not this slow. Like, I was not that slow. But these people are on a whole nother level of dumb. They're on a whole nother level of stupid. They're on a whole nother level of ignorant. They're on a whole nother level of slow. And honestly, that type, I can't stand it. So I will pray for that. I will pray for your mental health, because that is something else, and it's really, really deep. In the demonic realm, everything is tore up. Everything is burned or scorched, and everything is disgusting in the demonic realm. God allow us to see so much, but everything that I have ever seen that was in the demonic, they don't got nothing. They don't have nothing. When I say nothing, they have nothing. And that's the reason why, another reason why they are so upset. They have nothing. They don't even have a, like, if you see a house in the demonic, it's always shacky. It's always full of maybe dead things. It's always nasty and disgusting. Every house in the demonic. Or if you see a house that needs to be cleansed or something, the things that you can see in there, it's nasty. Just like the other night, I think this was yesterday. I think this was yesterday morning. I had a dream about a specific building that people eat at, filled with dead flies. It was filled with dead flies, frogs. Frogs is a sign of witchcraft. It was filled with dead grasshoppers. The hinges were rotten and rusty, and it just had a lot of ancientness to it. It had dead, it was filled, it was caked up with dead bugs, dead things, just dead. Okay, so a lot of times you don't want to see that. Me, I can handle that version of it, but those other ones that was eating away at my brain, I can't handle that. That's too much. That was from the demonic. That's what they would do. They would turn things up in your soul to have you where you are seeing too much in the spiritual realm. And that is the portion of the witchcraft that runs you a little, it can run you crazy, because you're seeing too much. It's only so much that we can handle, and God knows how much we can handle. So with his version, it is safe, it is fine. He knows what we can handle and what we can't handle, and we go from there. But once again, you don't want to see that. Okay, that's why they crazy right now. All right, they laugh, but they're not okay. They are not okay. They laugh until they realize that it was God protecting you this whole time. They laugh until then, and them laughs be fake the majority of the time, because there is no joy in these people's souls. I'm telling you. So where you think the laughter coming from? Anyway, I love you guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye.